welcome to Allana's Manor. Today we have another spiritual pick a card reading, and this reading will be for the 24th through to the 30th of June 2026. Today we will be using the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra and Taylor, and we'll also be using the Neptune Moon by Trishe Jaimes Oracles. Okay, if you picked card or pile number 1, then this is your reading. And if you picked the citrine crystal, then this is also your reading. Okay, first card up is going home, returning to roots. Second card up is radiant energy, alignment, chakras and aura. And the third card here is Mercury the messenger, important information. Okay. The overall energy for this group is the Sun card. So some of you are just feeling just really happy, full of energy this week. Some of you are receiving an energy boost. I'm also feeling a lot of creative energy coming through as well as inspiration. So some of you might be feeling inspired in terms of your spiritual path this week. Some of you maybe getting a little creative. Some of you may be doing something spiritually creative this week as well. Okay, so with the first card here, going home, returning to roots. Okay, so I feel like with this card, with the returning to roots, I feel like this is indicating that you need to go back to the basics, back to the foundations of everything that you have learned so far on your spiritual path. I feel like for a couple of you out there, maybe you veered off and gone way off your spiritual path, and maybe you need to go back to basics, go back to the foundations and sort of start again from there. With the next card here, we have radiant energy, alignment, chakras, and aura. So I feel like for some of you, there's definitely chakra work that needs to be done this week. Some of you may just need to clear and realign your chakras this week. Some of you may be learning about chakras and auras. Some of you may even be starting to psychically see auras. Some of you may be getting a teacher or mentor to learn about what chakras are and how they work. And I feel like for some of you too, you may be finding this week that your chakras are already in alignment this week. I feel like for some of you, your chakras are fully in alignment, and that is what that energy boost is for those specific people this week. And with the end card here, Mercury the messenger, important information. So I feel like for some of you, you're going to be receiving some type of downloads or communication from spirit guides. I'm also feeling like you need to be writing this information down. I feel like whatever this information is that you're going to be given this week, I feel like it's really important, like important enough that you need to write it down. Okay, so that is all I have for this group for this week, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, if you picked card or pile number 2, then this is your reading. And if you picked the Homorphite crystal, then this is also your reading. Okay, first card up here is Sacred Gratitude, Prayer and Faith. The next one is Sovereign Ruler, Authority over all. And the third card here is Guardian Shield, Protected or Guarded. Okay, the overall energy for this group is community. So I feel like with this card, in terms of spirituality, I feel like some of you are joining groups this week. Some of you are joining spiritual communities. This could be Facebook groups. This could be spiritual churches. This could be just joining together with like-minded people this week. But I do feel like there is a joining of a community of some type coming through for this group this week. Okay, we have Sacred Gratitude, so we have prayer and faith. So I feel like with this card, I feel like some of you are just very grateful for where you are at on your path right now. I feel like some of you are being encouraged to... I feel like some of you are being encouraged to speak some gratitude in terms of prayers this week. If it's not something you already do, then I feel like that might be something you might need to look into this week. I feel like some of you just have a really strong faith now and you know sort of exactly where you're wanting to head. You know where you're going. Okay, with the Sovereign Ruler, Authority over all, I feel like with this card, this is like an indication and a bit of a reminder really for the people in this group that nobody has authority over you. Even if there is some energy around you that's not good, or a spirit that wants to communicate with you and you know that it's not good, I feel like it's a reminder that that spirit or that energy cannot hurt you unless you allow it to, because you need to stand in your authority and let that energy or that spirit know that you are not accepting that and that you will not be taking that energy on. So I feel like it's really just standing in your own power and knowing that whatever happens to you, you are always in control. Yeah, really just about standing in your power. And I feel like I might be speaking to somebody who may be new to spirituality. If you have been experiencing some darker energies around you, or you have made contact with something that says they're a spirit guide, but you get a really awful feeling when you connect with that energy, I feel like you need to be standing your ground, standing in your power, and letting that energy know that you are not, just don't connect with that energy anymore. For some of you, if you are having any difficulty with things like that, I feel like you need to reach out and get some help, because there is people out there who do deal with that sort of thing. So if you are having troubles with that sort of an energy, you can reach out and get some help. There is people that come out and clear negative energies from homes. There is people who come in, help cross over spirits into the spirit world. So for some of you who may be dealing with that situation, you could do that if you want. And for others of you, I feel like this is really just learning to stand in your own power. Pretty much for you to be your own authority. Okay, and the last card here is the Guardian Shield, Protected or Guarded. So I feel like this is just a message to let this group know that you are always protected. Your spirit guide helpers are always there to protect you. Excuse me. They are always there to protect you. Maybe some of you need to possibly work on some energy protection, I feel. If you don't know about that, then that's something that you could look into. There's also courses on protecting your energy as well. But I do feel like this message is more about your spirit guides or spirit in general, just letting us know that we are always protected and that they are always there helping us. Okay, well, that is all I have for this group today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, if you picked pile or card number 3, then this is your reading. And if you picked the emerald crystal, then this is also your reading. Okay. Okay, first card up here is Keeper of Destiny, the Akashic Records. Second card up here is APS Bull, Embodied Primal Force. And the third card here is Ethereal Energy, Invisible Forces. Okay, the overall energy for this group this week is Healer of the Ages. So I feel like for some of you, if you are already working within the spiritual industry as a healer, I feel like maybe your healing abilities are going to another level this week. For some of you, I feel like you may be deciding to learn about some form of healing, whether that is energetic healing, whether that is Reiki, whether that is crystal bowl healing, whether that is tuning fork healing. I feel like there is some aspect for some of you that you are choosing to learn about this week. Maybe you're looking for a teacher or a mentor so that you can tap into your healing abilities this week. So for some of you it's about learning, and for others of you it's about your healing ability strengthening this week. Okay, first card here is the Keeper of Destiny. So some of you may be deciding to learn about the Akashic Records this week. Some of you may need to look into your Akashic Records. Some of you again maybe are looking for a teacher or a mentor to teach you how to work with the Akashic Records. Some of you may be deciding to go and get an Akashic Record reading, and some of you may just find yourselves in the Akashic Records. But I feel like there's some important information that's going to come from the Akashic Records. Whether you're getting a reading, whether you learn how to work with the Akashic Records yourself, or whether this is something that just happens for you this week, there is some important information coming from the Akashic Records. With the APS Bull, Embodied Primal Force, I feel like you guys are really feeling empowered and you really have that fire in your belly this week. Like you are passionate, you are inspired, you are ready to move forward. It's a very powerful energy. Okay, with the last card here, we have the Ethereal Energy, Invisible Forces. So some of you may be experiencing a lot stronger clairsentient abilities this week. For those of you who don't know what that is the ability to feel energy around you and also to feel energy of other people. Some of you may be experiencing that this week. Some of you may be learning how to strengthen that ability this week. Yeah, some of you are learning to strengthen it. Some of you are going to be experiencing heightened clairsentience this week. Okay, well, that is all I have for this group for this week. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.